In 2015, Ian Diaz, U.S. Marshal, moved in with Angela after only a few weeks. Within a couple of weeks after, Lilith is Truth came into the picture and wreaked total havoc. I'm Holly.
And I'm Jules.
And welcome back to Born Brazen. Today we're going to talk about a Netflix documentary, a toxic love story that actually blew my mind.
Yes. Just when you think, oh, I figured it out. It's this.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Which begs the question that I want everyone to think of. Do you really know who you fall in love with? Or is it just a picture in your head? So when we first start off, the poor ex, Michelle, I feel so bad for her. Now, she is a little bit on the crazy side.
Just maybe.
But because she did originally send some crazy emails about the God, like, I can't remember what exactly they were, but pretty much like the God will take care of you. Like he'll punish you or whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along those lines.
But hearing her explain why and then finally have the chance to tell her story, you're kind of like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
you got a right to be a little cuckoo.
Oh, 100%. I mean, because they played her out to be an absolute crazy, off the wall, just trying to ruin people's
loony
lives.
bins.
Yes.
Loony bins.
Yes. But the first part of this is going to be a two-parter. The first part about this, we do find out that, it's not her. Like, she's not the crazy one.
Spoiler alert.
All these, she's not sending all these emails. But when all of this is happening and these crazy emails are coming to Ian and Angela, again with the justice system, right? Like, they call in and they say, we need a restraining order. And they're like, we can't really give you a restraining order over emails. And at this point in time, it was like threat.
Yeah, I was even myself getting irritated. Like,
yes,
okay, they have all this proof of these emails. Somebody look into it. And in the meantime, like, make her have to stay away.
Correct.
Just to keep everyone safe.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's just a piece of paper. And I know the whole he said, she said stuff. But at this point, these emails, I'm like, someone needs to at least investigate. Like,
correct.
What is happening?
Why didn't you run IP addresses?
Yes. Like,
because
that would have been done a long time ago.
Correct. That would have gave you a firm, like, this is who's doing it.
Yeah.
Let's go in and get her. Now, they eventually did put a protective order in for her, which, I mean, okay. Like, great. Every time they talk to Michelle, she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it just kind of baffles me, though, too, that, they're wanting all this to happen. Like, they're wanting these protection orders. But it's like, not once up until this point has anybody gone and confronted her and been like, even prior, like, okay, when they're like, no, we won't give you the protective order. Okay, well, let's at least go drive over there. Let's have a conversation with Michelle. Like, they're saying that you're doing all this stuff. I can't give them a PO, but what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And then giving her a chance to be like, what?
Yeah. Look at my emails.
What are you talking about?
Here's the proof that I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. It just, the lack of trying to figure things out, I don't understand.
No.
Like, because you'd think you'd get tired of being called out there. Like, how many times those police officers showed up at their house and they're like, you'd think after like multiple times of over and over, I'd be like, look, let me look into this and figure out what the hell is going on.
Are they crazy? Are you crazy? Or I'm crazy? Which one?
Yes. Like, I would just be over it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I found it interesting when they look, because everybody's like, what is Lilith?
Yeah.
She's truth, apparently, but who is Lilith? And it went back to Adam and Eve and how
I've never heard this story before.
No. So, Lilith was with Adam prior to Eve, and she pretty much disobeyed Adam.
Yeah.
And
fallen angel type.
Yeah, went absolutely nuts on the whole situation. And then that's when Eve came along, and then they ruined it for us all. But the whole apple thing, if you don't know the story, go look at it. It's, it's a tale as old as time. But and I think that's how they really connected Michelle to that, because her original emails were very faith oriented.
Yeah.
So then they were like, all right, well,
so they kind of took that and ran with it.
Yeah, let's this Lilith person. So we know who that is. Michelle will understand, like, she's going to be the only one that's going to understand this on where Lilith comes from. So I think that's where they framed her under all of that. And then if it can't get any crazier, Craigslist. First of all, let's everybody just stay off Craigslist, okay? We
had nothing but bad things happen on Craigslist.
Murder? I mean, there's been so much on. So if you're listening to this, please, for the love of Pete, don't go on Craigslist. Let's just leave that be, okay? And this whole fantasy, so they go on to Craigslist to give you a little background of what we're getting ready to explode about. They find an ad on Craigslist. Michelle finds an ad on Craigslist about a rape fantasy. Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Look, I am not kink shaming in any way, shape, or form. I am pretty sure I have my own kinks that people would be like, that's a little weird, Holly. Totally fine. We all have them. I don't care what you say. You got them.
But legally, this incident here, I feel like should be like a prosecuted.
Yep.
That word? Like, I feel like they should be getting in trouble for even posting something like that.
100%.
Because there's okay, say that is your thing. There's a way to handle that. Like, you got to lose the surprise type aspect of it. Like, I know that's like part of the kink in itself, but you can't prove, like, in this situation, like, that would scare the shit out of me if I was one of the people replying to that and saying, yeah, I'll show up at your house. And, because I would be afraid of, like, I would literally walk in and just get shot. Like,
correct. You walk into my house for a fake fantasy rape? Oh, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
Or my husband is one of the two.
Yeah. Like, so I would be too scared to put myself in that scenario to be like a participant in that way, the Craigslist way of, here's my address, come get me when I least expect it, blah, 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 blah. Because no.
I mean, and okay, so we've all heard, right? And I actually haven't done this, but I think it'd be kind of cute. We've all heard of, like, a couple goes out and one is single, and then the husband comes up and starts hitting on them. And, they kind of play out that, I guess, that single.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole premise. If you've seen Four Christmases, that's exactly how Four Christmases starts. They're a husband and wife. They are at a bar and they're playing a character, and they change their names. The husband walks up to the wife and introduces himself as somebody totally different and has a different profession. And then they end up going and getting it on in the bathroom. Like,
yeah.
So that type of thing, like, that's cool. But hey, you got to handle that whole.
Yeah.
If you're kooky enough that you want the whole rape fantasy, there's just got to be an appropriate way to handle that and not involve these other people, because as we witnessed in this, the first dude was going to do just that and ended up, like, I'm out. Like,
Yeah, I
he
don't want to
flipped
do
out.
it. Yeah. Well, because he saw a guy there. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, I am not walking into that territory.
Mhm.
But again, like the difference between that and what we were talking about is your husband and you are in on it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, and again, maybe it's a whole kink thing. And again, whatever, do you, but I don't know, like setting up for somebody to come rape my wife or I don't know. That's insane. So when this all happened and they call the cops, right? And they're like, somebody just tried to rape me and they smashed my head into a wall.
Yeah. With her makeup stain on the wall. But it was up until that point of the documentary that I swore was just, you would just automatically assume how it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
That it's all legit and that she's really being harassed with these emails and blah, 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 blah. So it wasn't until the next little bit that you're like, whoa, 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 wait, what?
Well, my mind changed on the makeup on the wall. That's where I went, I don't think this is Michelle.
Yeah.
I think this is Angela.
Like trying to set her up.
Yes.
You know,
because exes and current lovers and all that, y'all ladies, we do some crazy things. I know. We need to keep our crazy in control. But I thought, even seeing the makeup on the wall, I'm like, first of all, you've got to wear the makeup stain on the wall you got to wear some heavy duty makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it hit was not, to me, it looked like the way it was on the wall. It was not somebody just smacked your head on the wall. It was like somebody put your head and held it.
Mm-hmm. And it kind of rubbed for a minute.
And it kind of rubbed for a minute. Like, that was a lot of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she was acting too, I was like,
yeah, it felt weird. But then where my head goes though, when you start piecing all this together and you're like, okay, and you're kind of picking up what actually happened, my thought was, why? When you met him, you could have had a normal relationship. Like at the point that you met him, him and the ex were already divorced or not together for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, she is literally no threat to you.
Yeah.
Why go through all of this? Like, she's going after me and like lying about a pregnancy and all, like, you could have just had a normal freaking life with this man.
Mm-hmm.
He liked you.
Yep. He liked
like,
you.
Why?
And if
why was any of this necessary?
And if anything, Michelle should have been the one that was more like, I would think that Michelle would have originally been the one.
Yeah.
Because she fronted, when her and Ian moved in together, she fronted all the money for them moving in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the buying of the
condo
or whatever. Yeah. She took money out of her 401k, like put the down payment, which obviously she never got back.
Yeah.
Because they weren't married. So it's not like they could, divorce and settle differences and money issues. So, yeah. And once I found out, I changed, like, okay, Michelle's not doing this. This is definitely Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, why? Like, why are you trying to poke the bear?
Yeah.
Because if she wanted to, I guess she could make her life miserable. Like Michelle could make Angela's life miserable.
But she could have like came out with her story at that point.
Yeah.
I get though part of her, we did learn that she does say about like her timidness and like why she didn't, no one's going to believe me, all that stuff. Like she just didn't know what to do.
Well, and she said that when they do end up interviewing her, they did end up, saying that she did end up saying that when she met Ian, she was very, very young and very vulnerable and very impressionable. And, so that also explains a lot.
Yeah.
As to what's going on there. And he's a U.S. Marshal, which also, you're a U.S. Marshal. Can you not figure out what's going on?
Yeah, there's nobody that you can call and be like, look at these emails and help me.
Can you trace it?
And then
we've all seen Criminal Minds, don't lie.
Yeah, and then being on your doorstep when the cops show up with your weapon drawn. Why was there not a standoff at one point? Like when they walked up and saw him standing there with his gun, because we clearly saw the footage.
Yes.
Why was it not like, oh shit, like what are you doing? And then, oh, I'm a marshal. Oh, okay. Like they just
because
let
you
it
couldn't
happen.
See, you couldn't see it. He was wearing his badge, like over his neck or through his neck or whatever, but you can't see that until you're right up.
He looked really dark, standing there and like ominous.
He was like hiding
in the door frame, like in the doorway.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I walked up there and was a cop and saw that, I would have been like, you know, my hand would have been on my hip.
Yeah, because you don't know.
In preparation, because what you were going for on one of the calls was you thought somebody was breaking in. Like, how do you know that wasn't the perpetrator?
Exactly.
Super weird. Super weird.
Yes. I don't like it.
A lot of it was just so oddball to me.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it even occurred, any of it, the fact that it took that long, just all baffled me. Because I don't want to get into the Michelle part just yet, but like just all the randomness of Angela, like as you start to learn, like she had dated another cop.
Oh yeah, she's got a thing for cops, buddy.
Yeah, had a thing for cops because, you know, but she started her shit then. She told that cop that she had cancer and that she was dying and
lying about all kinds of medical stuff.
Yeah, like what is up with these cuckoo women that just right there is two men probably that she could have attempted to have a real legit relationship with and had a wonderful life, but you had to go and screw both of them up by lying about things that make no sense.
Yeah, because they interviewed Jason, and when they interviewed him, he was like, oh, she's cuckoo. Like, she would send pictures. So she was going, she was going to these treatments, and she's like, I don't want you to go. No, it's fine. I want you to go.
Yeah, I want to handle it by myself.
Yeah, and then sent pictures of her going through chemo, and then he's like, this is really weird. It just doesn't feel right. And then like Googled the picture and found it, and then
page 15.
Yeah, and then bringing her in like with all the family. Was
awesome. A little intervention. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. It was like, you're lying.
Yeah,
like come clean. We're giving you a chance to come clean. And she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, girl, you done got caught. Okay, you done got caught. And what a kick in the face to everyone who has cancer.
Yes.
Everyone who's, just crazy.
Side note,
crazy.
It's August and it's Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. So go get checked.
Go get checked. I don't have to get checked.
Well, but I'm living proof of you should, because I was only 33 years old and had to have my cervix removed due to cancerous cells. So it can happen at any age. So please go get checked.
So, yeah. But so tell me, who does this all sound like?
The lady from the last?
Taylor.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Yeah. The constant, like
her.
Every relationship. She can't just have a normal relationship. She
faking about medical stuff. Doesn't want him to come to anything. Like that's, y'all, if you're dating somebody and they don't want you to come to something, red flags.
Yep.
Red flags. Absolutely 100% red flags. And then she ended up lying about pregnancy too. And faked an ultrasound. Can I please say, can we shut down the fake ultrasound shit?
Yeah.
That is not okay.
And she even went further and had to make it twins.
Yeah.
That's the worst one if you're going to fake it. Because, my brain would be like, that's double everything that I'm now lying about. And like, need to get fatter quicker. Like, there's 2 babies. And like, that's just, it's too much. It's too much.
Why? Why do you spend so much time when you can just tell the truth?
Yeah.
Born Brazen, right? I'm very honest. I may hurt your feelings sometimes, possibly. I still love you, maybe. But just be honest. Some people may not like it, and that's okay. But some people may love you, and that's great. So the last little bit, I think that out of all this craziness, now as we're starting to find out, they're hearing from Jason, and they're kind of talking about all these things or whatever. The person who's been in this whole thing is Leslie.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Leslie.
Leslie is Ian's best friend. And let me give it to you.
Yeah.
Leslie's
20 years, best friends for 20 years.
She's got his back. Like, she's like, Michelle who? Fuck it, Angela. Like, I have his back. And that is how a best friend should be.
Mm-hmm.
You should have each other's back through thick and thin, no matter what. And so, of course.
But don't lie to your best friend. Like, geez, Louise.
Yes.
Because I felt bad for her at the end when it was like, when she was like hit with the truth.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine being in her shoes of like.
She stood her ground though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to leave you
But I would be pissed if I found out like that we were after friends for 20 years, that like your life, you did those things and like lied to me. Like, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. So what we're going to leave you on today of this part 1 episode is all of these things that are coming out with Angela. And now they have found out that Michelle is not the culprit. She's not the one. This is Angela and her craziness. Leslie starts realizing this because she's like, I knew Michelle was crazy. Like, what the heck? She starts realizing that it's Angela, and she's like, what is really happening? What is really happening? And we're going to get into that in part 2 of A Toxic Love Story, because we're in a throuple right now. We have 2 ladies and 1 man, and it is, I might say 4 ladies because Leslie was all up in it, or 3 ladies.
Yeah.
And everything, if it doesn't get worse, it does. If you think that's about it, it just gets worse. So tune in to part 2, obviously on Spotify or YouTube. Make sure you hit notifications so you can get notifications when part 2 comes out. And until then, stay positive and stay brazen.
Hey, Holly.
Yes?
What do you call an indecisive potato?
I don't know, because I know what an ungrateful potato is. I've been called that. What?
A hesitator.
That's a good one. A hesitator.
You're welcome.
Tater. But I'm